Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending this guest lecture for today. We have the honor of having amongst us a former IT lecturer at Université de Mascarenhas and Université de Seychelles. He migrated to Canada at the end of 2015. He's currently working in a SaaS software development company as a data developer and report writer with customers ranging from Canada to USA. He is passionate about artificial intelligence and latest technologies. He also has courses published on Udemy in natural language processing and RAG and prompt engineering. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Shiam Beeharry for his lecture on AI and ethics.
Yeah, thank you very
Who is
much,
yours?
Dr. Ravi. So, Dr. Ravi is a very close and old friend of mine. So we met 30 years ago. So yeah, so good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mauritius, Salama, Madagascar. Good morning, South Africa. I believe there are some people from South Africa. So yeah, let's get started. So here is the thing. So I will be presenting it's not kind of a lecture per se. It's just a presentation of an awareness of AI. What are the trends of AI, and where are we today with AI in the world? And I will also speak a little bit about the status of AI in Mauritius. So, if of course, if you have any comments to make, so if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. So at the end of this presentation, so we have 15 minutes for you to ask questions. So you can ask any questions about my presentation, and of course, you can also ask any general question about AI, about any other IT related question. So, and also you can give me a thumbs up if ever there's something that you are happy with, or so you are interested in, etc. So I believe you are software engineering students, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, software engineering. So nowadays, AI has disrupted each and every field and sector in the world. So even software engineering now has changed a lot. So I will speak also about what is going on in the industry so that you can align yourself to these technologies whenever you will be out on the job market. So first of all, before I share my screen, I would like to ask you to start this presentation by asking you a question. So when uh, when we talk about AI, so what do you think is the status of AI today? In which form AI exists today? Yeah, so you can reply to me either by your microphone or on the chat. Yeah, so let's start by this question to you, and let's see. Yeah, it's a very so what comes into your mind when we talk about we say AI? So everybody nowadays, this is the buzzword um, among people around the world. That is just okay. Everything is now AI. So I would say 5 years ago, when we were developing, let's say, software websites. So we have a, a mobile app for everything, right? So today the things have changed. So today we have an AI app for everything. So what the big techs are trying to do, so they are trying to now come up with an AI application for everything. So everything, I mean, yes, everything that you can think of. Yeah, I got a few answers here. So ChatGPT almost everywhere. Yeah. So can we have more about your conception about AI? So yeah, ChatGPT is one form of AI nowadays. So we have also other um, language models, which we call large language models. So we have Claude, we have Mistral, so we have also another model from Meta, which is Olama. Yeah, I don't know if it is Llama, if you recall. So we have all these main language models that exist, which is the AI form nowadays. So I hope that you have also used other language models other than ChatGPT. So how many of you uses ChatGPT every day or in for your task? So give me a thumbs up, right? And let's see. Yeah, okay. So I see only one reaction. Yeah, Dr. Ravi. Yeah. So how do you use ChatGPT? Why you use ChatGPT for what exactly? Can you just give me a few examples? Okay, prepare notes, exam papers, correct scripts, etc. Yeah, so that's good. So that's good to know. Automation of repetitive tasks and simplifying life. Okay, yeah, man's new best friend for clarity sometimes when I don't understand a topic. I think not every day, but just okay, help to correct something in the phrases. Okay, okay, that's right. I got it. So that's it. So now, as you can see, AI is everywhere. We have no choice now. We are kind of forced now to use AI. Why? Uh, because the big techs, when I say the big techs, I would say the big five. So the big five tech companies in the world, they are investing massively into this AI thing. That's why, and they are pushing us to the limits so that we start using AI, even though if we are not interested in AI. Of course, the main goal behind this AI hype is, of course, the end goal is to make maximum money. So uh, believe me or not, these tech companies, they are private companies, so the main aim is to maximize their profits. So for example, today last 2 weeks, OpenAI launched a new version of ChatGPT. Now, to access this new version, it will cost you $200 per month instead of the normal version, which is $20 USD per month. But the new version now is not accessible by anybody, as you can see, unless your company will pay for this 200 USD dollars for the subscription. Okay, so I will start my slide and then we start from there. And let's see. Can you see my slide? Yeah. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my slide. Okay, thank you, Ravi. Yeah. Okay, so let me start the slideshow. Yeah, so this is the slideshow. So I am based in Toronto, Canada nowadays. So I'm working in a software company. So our software is a cloud-based software, and it is the base of the software is mainly using the new technologies. So that's why Many customers are buying our software. So to be very honest with you, my company hasn't implemented yet AI. We are still behind the technology. As you can see, even in North America, some companies are hesitant to uh, to adopt AI and to implement AI in their infrastructure or in their products. So so this is my agenda for today. So first of all, we'll be talking about what is AI, types of AI. Then we'll talk about what is the trends in AI. As we know, AI now is kind of a disruptive technology, so it is disrupting each and every sector and every field in the world, right? And of course, today I will showcase mainly about AI ethics. So, what is the good, the bad, and the ugly about AI? So, AI is not only the good stuffs, but there are some stuff where so many questions will come to our minds. So, why this is it? Why this is like this, etc. Then I will present you to some of a few of the ethicists that are working against AI, against the behavior of AI, and against the bad, I would say, the bad things of AI. Then I will take a few minutes to talk about the current AI status in Mauritius and what you need to do to get into AI and what is still missing in Mauritius so that Mauritius will take on this AI hype. And finally, I will talk about the AI in the future. That is what you need to know about AI for next year. So what will be coming next year in the field of AI? And then finally, of course, we'll give you some time to ask questions. So let's get started. So introduction. So we have seen what is AI today. So we know that AI is today, it is only represented by large language models. So we have many large language models nowadays. So we have, of course, proprietary language models like ChatGPT because we have to pay for the normal version that we can interact with. And on the other side, we have open source versions of large language models. So I will show you where to get these open source large language models and how you can interact with them. And we have Facebook who launched the Llama model, which is completely open source. So the Llama model you can even install it on your local machine, but it depends which type of model you will be using, and sometimes it won't fit on your single CPU laptop or your single CPU machine, so you will need a GPU microprocessor sometimes for big models. So, have you ever worked with large language models other than ChatGPT? Yes? No? Any answer from you? No.
You have posted in the chat, Shiam.
Okay, it is in the chat. Okay. So sorry. So I need to. Yeah, it's on the other screen. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. No, not yet. Yes, yes. Okay, I see. Only the one from Google. Yeah, Gemini. Okay, you use Bard. Yeah, of course. There are so many um, large language models right now. So we are going in every direction, as you can see. So that's why sometimes this AI thing become very confusing because we don't know which one is the best, which one is better than the other one. So as you can see, now AI has reached very far in our lives. So we have to adopt it. We have no other choice now. We have to use these AI models. But yeah, I will explain to you which one you have to follow, which one you have to use for the future. Okay, let's go into the next slide. So yeah, so this is the three main types of AI today that people are talking about. So right now we are only at the first level of AI. That is the first type of AI. That is the narrow AI. So artificial narrow intelligence, ANI. So this is why we are focusing right now. That is, we are using mainly generative AI. We are trying to create stuff. We are trying to generate contents from the existing form of AI, I can say, right? So as you can see, these models, they are mainly focused on specific tasks. So we have a model to do this task. We have another model to, let's say, generate images. We have another model to generate audio recordings. We have even today we have models to generate some videos like Sora, which was just released I think 2 weeks ago by OpenAI, and of course these virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa. These are kind of becoming outdated now, honestly, with this new generation of large language models like ChatGPT or other models from Microsoft and from Google. So the second level of AI is the AGI, which is the artificial general intelligence. So this is still in the experimental form. That is, scientific people are still researchers are still working on this form of AI. Why? Because it's so complex. Because what is the next step now is try to implement some reasoning into these AI models. So right now we have kind of a dumb model. So these ChatGPT, etc. These are very dumb models. So they just, as we say, they just vomit contents by just giving them some questions or some prompts, etc. But they are not that powerful still nowadays. So don't worry. There's a very we are very far from the real AI thing, which will match the human intelligence. Yeah, don't worry. AI won't take your job right now. Maybe in the next generation, yes, but not in this era. So yeah, so there are many researches being done on this AGI by Meta, of course, by these I would say these big tech companies. I would say the big five. So you can guess who are the big five, which are working towards this AGI. So the next level will be the ASI, that is the artificial super intelligence, as you can see. So this intelligence will be above human intelligence across every field. So then you will start getting robots behaving like humans. So this will be that stage of artificial intelligence. So the most high level stage, but of course it is still in its theoretical form. So the big techs, they haven't touched this yet, but of course they will work towards it because they want to replace every humans on this planet by machines. So let's see now these three forms of artificial intelligence and how they will develop and what is the each stage consists of. So as you can see, A and I, this is the stage one. So we are still in stage one. We haven't finished yet stage one. So we are still trying to fine tune stage one to make it become perfect. Of course, then after we have made A and I perfect, then we will move to the next stage, which is machine intelligence. As you can see, in stage one, machines are not intelligent yet because they don't have any reasoning yet. So that's why we are working towards the next stage, which is stage two. And there, what will happen? So we will start seeing robots, and the brain will be mainly these large language models. So the brain of robots will be coming from large language models like ChatGPT and other powerful model. So what is happening right now is it's a race against who will have the most powerful large language models. So this is why these big techs they are doing competition among themselves so that uh, they they get the most powerful large language models. Um, so in that sense, we see where this is going. So of course, OpenAI is leading the race today, and why? So can you give me some reasons why OpenAI is leading uh, with ChatGPT as the large language models? Yeah. Any comments? Yeah, from you. Okay, come on. Okay, it is easy to navigate. It is easy to use. Yeah. Was it first publicly available? Um, I would say no, because there was other open source models, but they were not as famous as ChatGPT. So ChatGPT, why it became famous, I will tell you, because they invested the most amount of money in this model. So that's why ChatGPT is the leader. So as you can see, the more money you put in the project, so the more powerful the model will become. So because ChatGPT got funding from financial people, from for example, from Elon Musk, to finance the training of the model, because this costed them so many millions of dollars. So you can, of course, Google it. You will see how much ChatGPT costed OpenAI to release the first version. and to release version 4. So what is happening is why ChatGPT is leading, because they invested the most amount of money to get the most powerful microprocessor, the GPUs, so many GPUs in the world. So that's why they were able to come up to release the most powerful large language models. So as you can see, everything is around money. So those who have plenty of money, they invested the most amount of money, so they are leading the race nowadays. Okay, I will go a bit faster with the slide because otherwise we will be running out of time. So what is under the hood when talking about AI? So here we are. So of course you have to start uh, from machine learning concepts like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, so reinforcement learning also. OpenAI, ChatGPT is will be using, or is some of its tasks it is using reinforcement learning. Why? Because as you can see, reinforcement learning will be massively used in robotics, and as I said, so the brain of robots will be equipped with ChatGPT. That is, the most powerful large language models will be the brains of robots. Okay, so nowadays we just talk about generative AI as you have seen. So we are still at stage one. So we are under the hood. We have so many other concepts, other frameworks, other technologies like natural language processing, deep learning, machine learning, computer vision. So all these will be merged together so that we have an autonomous robots in the future. So this is all and what is under the hood when we will see a robots in action tomorrow. So we have came from so far, that is, we have started with data science, then slowly we have moved into machine learning, different types of machine learning, and together with natural language processing. So today we are able to to create contents from generative AI. So what is happening right now? Generative AI is disrupting all the markets, all the sectors, all the industries. So anybody nowadays can become an artist, can become a songwriter, you can become a book writer, everything that you can think of. So you can do some art stuff, even though you have never interested in being in the creative industry. Yeah, so as we can see from Gardner, so AI doesn't revolve only around Gen AI, because Gen AI normally it uses a different models, which is called the diffusion model, so that it can reproduce, for example, images, sound, videos, etc. So as you can see, AI, so people are more focused on the generative part, but of course, this is not the only case with AI. So we can do so many other things if we know how to use AI responsibly. Of course, there are other people who will be using AI for some negative, I can say some negative task, for example, in cyber security, in hacking, etc. So there are other people who are the bad people. So they will try to use AI, of course, in the bad sense. So that's why we need to be very careful. We need to know what is under the hood when we are using a large language model. So what are the dangers of these models to our society, to human beings in general? Um, so okay, so next part will be about trends in AI. What are the trends? So where are we, for example, and who are prepared already to embrace AI technology? And of course, there are many other nations who are not ready to embrace AI yet, unfortunately, because of some many factors. I will talk about these factors and why uh, some nations will not be there. So there will be kind of a digital gap. So this digital gap will be called an AI gap. Yeah. So only rich countries will be able to um, to take this opportunity of AI, and where they have very robust infrastructure, etc., and very robust, very good internet speed. Because as you can see, as the large language models becomes more powerful, so we will need more rapid internet connections and very robust infrastructure to support these powerful models. So this chart, as you can see, there are some colors here. So of course, at the end of this presentation, I will share this slide to Dr. Ravi, so he will then share it to you. So as you can see, the blue dots here in this graph so represents what are the AI that we will be implementing in the next 2 to 5 years. And then these dark blue or black dots here, so these are the technologies that we will be developing in the next 5 to 10 years, as you can see. So there are so many things going on right now, because we have more blue dots right now on the graph. So these are the technologies that will be coming out in the next 2 to 5 years. For example, intelligent applications, computer vision, cloud AI services, just to name a few. All right. And as you can see, more than 10 years. So we have AGI. So AGI is, we will have AGI in more than 10 years. So it depends how this AI thing will evolve, and then maybe we can have it in less than 10 years, but everything will depend how we will start getting there with other methods. Yeah, so you have also quantum AI, which is coming. So as you can see, this is also something that will be here in more than 10 years. So we are still at the very early stage using quantum AI for um, implementing AI applications. Yeah, so this is another picture of where we are. So when we will get AGI and when we are expected to get ASI. So as you can see, today we are still at the first stage. So 2040, maybe we will have AGI, then in 2060. So as you can see, maybe not my generation, but maybe not your generation. Maybe the next generation will know what is ASI. Yeah. So yeah. So AI, and who are the nations who is most prepared to embrace AI. So here is a chart where you can see who is the most prepared. So we can see mostly in the North America, the US, right, and the European countries, right. So we see also Singapore and New Zealand in the Australian part. So these are the nations who is the most prepared to embrace AI. So this is very, very uh, a bit scary, because as you can see, in other parts of the world, we don't see that we are prepared for this AI thing, right? So what are the main factors that we need to get ready to embrace AI? So the first thing, as you can see, the digital infrastructure. So we need to have a very robust digital infrastructure. Otherwise, no way, no way we will be able to implement a good AI technology. Human capital. So we need to have experts in AI to understand AI, to understand the good and the bad of AI. Then the government can start implementing AI and integrating AI in their services, in their in other software applications. Technological innovation. So we have to do research, research, and research. Research and development will be very, very important to embrace AI and to continue to work with AI. And finally, of course, legal frameworks. So some of the countries or all these other countries ready to change, to write new laws for embracing AI, to implement AI in their own country for their population. So this is another big topic. We can talk about it a very long hours. So legal frameworks. It's like I will tell it in Creole. It's like uh, uh, la tisane après la mort, right? So it is like you get the remedy after the death. So um, so we will wait, for example, for something bad to happen, then the government will go and write the the legal text for that thing not to happen in the future. So these are the things is happening right now. So because AI is moving so fast, every week I can say we have new things on the net that is happening about AI. So AI is moving so fast that the governments around the world, they are very far behind in implementing whatever legal frameworks to counteract the bad side of AI. So that's why we will be struggling uh, to come up with some good and perfect legal frameworks in the use of these AI technologies. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so this is what I call the AI stack. So you are software engineering students. So this is your future if you want to get into AI. So as you can see at the post bottom layer, you have all the big microprocessor manufacturers, like NVIDIA is powering OpenAI with their powerful GPUs, etc. Of course, Intel and AMD also, they are in the race to to manufacture the most powerful microprocessor to be able to support those AGI and of course ASI AI that are coming. On the next layer, you have, of course, to implement AI, we need to have, as I said, a very good infrastructure, a very robust infrastructure. So you have to have a robust cloud environment to be able to support AI. Otherwise, no way, as I said, no way you will be able to get what you need from these AI technologies. And the third layer, of course, you have those foundation models right now, which is from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta. So where do you stand here in this AI stack? So let's see the next slide. You will understand where you should be. So here you are. So now you have on top of these three layers, you have this applications layer. So this is where software engineers now will work to create all these applications, AI applications on top of the foundation layers of AI. So of course nowadays we have so many um, AI applications being released on the market. I can say every week. Yeah, every week nowadays we have these applications being released. But as you can see, all these applications is powered by these large language models. So it can be either ChatGPT or Mistral or Claude or Llama from Meta. So Claude is from Anthropic, and of course you have Mistral, which is a French um, large language models. Okay, so now let's see in terms of we can say of time and space. So as you can see right now with generative AI, so the development sector, I mean the software development sector is growing very fast and is going very fast because now what is happening, these big tech companies and other tech companies, they want to have their product uh, get ready and to deploy very, very fast. So that's why, as you can see, if you are still using the traditional methods, for example, the first supervised learning, you have to get the data. You will take you 1 month, then train the model another 3 months, and then until you deploy, you will take another 3 months. So in all, you took 7 months to deploy a solution, that is an AI product or a machine learning product. But now with large language models based development, so as you can see, it has reduced considerably from 7 months to, let's say, 2 weeks. So now in 2 weeks, um, uh, companies can deploy these models in production. In production means the client can start using these AI applications. So this is where the software engineering field is going. So if you follow this path, you will be the winners. Yeah, I repeat this. If you follow this path, you will be the winners. Otherwise, you will take the reverse direction. So you will still be struggling with a traditional way of creating software applications and traditional way to deploy software applications. So as you can see, it comes down to the Darwin's theory. It will be survival of the fittest. So those who have the most powerful large language models and the most powerful infrastructure, internet infrastructure, hardware infrastructure will be the winners. So if you follow this path, you are already in the future. Otherwise, there will be as we call an AI gap. So you will be, of course, late on the latest technologies. Yeah. So this is the new thing. So now, as from next year, more and more agentic AI will be on the market. So people are already working towards this agentic AI. So I will talk a bit more about this in other slides. So what are agentic AI? So we are trying now to automate almost everything using AI agents. So what will be coming next will be uh, instead of deploying mobile apps, so now we will be deploying AI agents. So AI agents will be integrated in all our daily um, tasks in AI technologies. Yeah, yeah. So this is the the fields that will be around AI. So we'll have basic agent AI agents, right, which will be about 60K to 100K USD, and then from these basic AI agents, you will have customer support, task automation, for example. So what these basic agents will do, for example, they will eradicate call centers. So there will be no more call centers. All will be taken up by AI agents. AI voice assistants is coming. So all these tasks on the phone or customer support on the phone will be replaced by AI, that is by AI agents. So unfortunately, as you can see, many people will lose their jobs in the coming years. Yeah. So the next is intermediate AI agents. So this will cost around 100K to 300K. So these are virtual assistants, personalization, fraud detection, and cyber security, etc. And then you have the advanced AI agents. So where we are implementing in autonomous vehicles, autonomous weapons, big data predictive analytics, and advanced voice assistance. So what does this mean? So it will be you will have voice assistance to human levels, right? So you won't know if you are talking to an AI agent or to a human, and that AI agent can talk in any language that you can think of. Okay, so I have maybe 10 minutes left before a question time. So maybe I would take 5 minutes more on your question time. I'm sorry about that because there are so many things I want to talk about. Unfortunately, we won't have enough time. So let's now talk about ethics of AI. So I will go a bit very quickly on this part, but this is the most important part. So you have to understand the ethics of AI also. So what will be bad for us and what will be good for us if we start using AI, and what are the laws that we have in our country to save us, to make us feel secure if something bad happens to us because of the use of AI. So what we are going to see now is, let's see what are the good side of AI and what are the bad side of AI. So governance. So every state, every nations, every governments are talking about the governance. So governance. So how to uh, align our policies, our legal frameworks to adopt AI, to deploy AI, for example, with organizational values. So all the governments now are working very hard to amend their tax laws and to bring up new laws because of AI. So nowadays, maybe you have heard about it. The European Union, they are working very hard on the GDPR, for example, for data protection. We have the CCPA in California, in the US, and we have the HIPAA framework to um, secure confidential medical patients' data, for example. So nowadays in the USA, every state of the US, they have their own legal framework to embrace AI. So companies are increasingly establishing AI governance framework to ensure responsible AI usage. So what does it mean? So they are establishing policies and frameworks and some rules to ensure that their employees are using AI fairly, and, for example, not to give AI some confidential information about the company, because as maybe you know, maybe you don't know, because right now, if you give something to ChatGPT, so ChatGPT get trained immediately on that additional data that you will give ChatGPT. So what is happening right now is um, these large language models, they are very greedy in terms of data. So they need more and more and more data. What I can say right now, these large language models, they have sucked all the data available on the internet right now. So there's no more data um, being generated by humans that can be used for these large language models. So what is happening? OpenAI itself, they have already said that now they are out of stock, right? I can say that like this. They are out of stock in terms of data. They have no more new data to train ChatGPT. So let's see what they will come up with to get you guys to generate more data to train those large language models. I'm sorry. So these frameworks will define ethical principles and operational guidelines that align with each organization's unique goals and, of course, risk profiles. Because when using these large language models, there are many risks. There are many, of course, bad side of how we will use these technologies in within organizations. So there will be strict rules within companies in terms of how their employees will start using AI. So, for example, in the if we take the medical sector, the pharmaceutical sector, so AI opportunities and compliance is very, very essential, because here we are dealing with people's data. We are dealing with personal data about patients, about doctors, about the things they are using to treat patients. So we have to make sure that we are using these technologies very carefully, so that we don't end up with all our we say all our confidential or personal data gets public, because our data will be absorbed by these large language models. Okay, next, the ethical responsibility. So violating these responsibilities can have serious repercussions, right? So we don't want harm to society when using AI. Reputational damage, okay? We can have financial loss, privacy violations. So this is something we need to think more about it, about the privacy, because as you have seen, so these large language models, they want more and more data. So now what is left is our personal data to get into these large language models. and what will be the legal consequences. So yeah, so this is the ethical framework for AI. So we need to have an AI which is fair and non-discrimination. We need to have, for example, an AI which is not racist, for example, which we need to have an AI with transparency and explainability. So all the processes should be very, very clearly explained to the users what's in or under the hood when we are using these technologies. Accountability, so who will be responsible when things goes wrong, right, when using these technologies. And on the other hand, at the same time, we have to keep our data private and protect our data against these AI technologies. And finally, safety and security. Of course, now there will be more new methods of attacks from hackers to hack these large language models. So here also we need to have some sort of safety and security. So to have a very secure AI framework um, to be used, right? So this is just some ethical a framework for the ethical use of AI. So this is from NASA. So I have just listed it here, so you can go through it and you can read about this framework from NASA. So this is just an example. Of course, nowadays you have so many of these framework online from the European Union, from the US, from North America, etc. So let's now see. So these are some questions I have asked ChatGPT. For example, let's start by looking now at the ugly side and bad side of AI. So I asked ChatGPT, so were you trained with copyrighted materials? So this is the answer of ChatGPT. Of course, there are some filters in these large language models so that they don't give us the right answer or an honest answer. So as you can see, ChatGPT, so it's trying to evade the question. So efforts are made to ensure that the training process respects copyright and intellectual property rights. So let's see if this is true. If OpenAI hasn't used any copyrighted materials or intellectual property rights materials to train ChatGPT. So okay, now I ask it another question. So, but there are some articles which is one to one, for example, from New York Times. So you see what is the reply from ChatGPT. So any appearance of a direct one-to-one reproductions might occur if the information is widespread and written in a common format, or if the request inadvertently mimics a known text structure, etc. So as you can see, so this would be coincidental, etc. So what do you think? OpenAI, did they use copyrighted materials to train ChatGPT? Okay, give me the answer in the chat. So what do you think? OpenAI, did they use um, copyrighted materials to train ChatGPT? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they have used all these copyrighted materials, and now they are telling us to come up with legal frameworks to when we are using these uh, large language models. Okay, so these are, I will go a bit quicker because now we are kind of running out of time. So this is a survey done by some French researchers. So as you can see, there are more than 50% errors in the generation of contents from ChatGPT and Claude. So here in the violet color, so these are the correct answers, and the gray color, these are the correct answers. So what happened here in this survey? So a series of questions were given to these models, and they were compared with the right answer. So as we can see, most of the time, more than 50% of the time, there was wrong answer from these models. So be careful when you use these models for some important task. So we have to have a human intervention. That is, you have to revise these generated contents before you start trying to use it for your personal task. So, what percentage of future technical recruitment specialists, okay, will be replaced by AI and ATS, right? Automatic system. Yeah. So overall, as you can see, there will be, of course, massive loss of jobs by next year. So now all the social networks will be full of these AI agents um, commenting on posts. So we will be living in a fake world. We will be living in a confused world, even on online, because we will not know which is a fake profile and which is a true profile. And the comments also, we will not know if this comment is coming from an AI agent or is coming from a human. So as you can see, the future is a bit blurred. That is, we will have fake things on the online everywhere. So we will be confused because we will not be able to differentiate between fake things and real things online. So other risks are, of course, children also are exposed to risk when we talk about AI. So these are the risk for of AI for children. So you have to take care of this also. So let's go a bit quicker. So now, yeah, who is to be blamed? So this teen, he lost his life because of this AI chatbot online. So he became obsessed with this AI chatbot, and he was dead with suicide. Right. So this is a very sad story about AI. So these are the bad things of AI. So happening. So be careful and try to use it. I mean, try to use it very very moderately and try know what you're doing. So this is another scientist. So he worked at OpenAI for maybe 2 years. So this is what happened to him. So he started to tell the world that OpenAI used copyrighted materials to train the models, and they were violating copyright laws, etc. Blah blah blah. So unfortunately, uh, he mysteriously died. Yeah, last month. So we don't know what is the real reason. So this is one of his article on New York Times. So he wrote an article against OpenAI. So yeah, so as you can see, so um, this is a very sad story on the OpenAI side. Yeah, so this is another app. So now you can calculate your days on this planet. So this is crazy. Where are we? are we going? So this is going beyond religious belief, right? You have a deaf clock, which is AI powered. Okay, fake information, misinformation. So this is our future. So be careful online in the future. Right. Yeah. So this is another sad story about using autonomous weapons, AI weapons. So this has been tested, unfortunately, on Palestine. So yeah, by Israeli militaries. So they have started using these laws, weapons, and the semi-autonomous weapons. They have also used facial recognition systems and biometric surveillance powered by AI to kill civilians. So these are the ugly side of AI. Yeah, so these are the systems that were first used in the world, the lavender system that they used. So there are so many questions right now. So what type of algorithms does the system use to identify potential targets? What elements are taken into account in this calculation? How are the system's target recommendations verified? Under what circumstances do analysts refuse to accept a system recommendation? And finally, who is to be blamed when they are killing people with these weapons, autonomous weapons? So, if we do not have answers to these questions, it will be very difficult to find a solution to the serious risk posed by the rapid automation of war. So, the Lavender system is directly a civilian killing machine. So, it's very sad. So next thing is now I will be showing you some activists working against this AI hype. So these people, they are working to um, to bring awareness around the world of using AI. So this is a coming book by Bender, Emily Bender. She is one of the activists against AI. So you can follow her online. So she's a professor of linguistics at the University of Washington. So she has been very active as an activist against AI, against the use of AI. Another people to follow, a person to follow is Tristan Harris. So he was an ethicist at Google. So he designed those interfaces. So he's telling us to be very cautious when using these interfaces, not to get addicted. And he also mentioned that these big techs, they have stolen our attention. So now our attention is only on screens. So be careful when using these technologies. So of course, I've put some words about Tristan here, so you can read it later. I will send this presentation. So I have put a link to his website. So this is another African origin woman. So she worked at Google, and she was fired by Google because she was trying to start fighting against policies against Google in implementing some AI applications. So she found that this will have a very big impact on society, on climate change, etc. So she was fired by Google. So okay, let's talk a bit quickly. Ravi, so do we have enough time? 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes?
Yes, Sham, we have time. Don't you worry about time.
Okay, thank you. So AI implementation in Mauritius. So this is the picture that I have on my research about Mauritius. So Unfortunately, I have been outside Mauritius for more than 10 years now. So maybe you know better than me, Dr. Ravi. So first of all, there was an AI strategy written in 2018. I can say that it is absolutely now outdated, this strategy. So the new government now has to come up with a, a, a new AI strategy for Mauritius so that we can implement AI. So another thing is, of course, infrastructure. If we don't have the right internet speed, access to GPUs and TPUs, so no way Mauritius will get into the AI hype. I mean, yeah. So we will be always be behind these technologies. And expertise, of course, we have a lack of experts in AI and the education system. Also, we need to adopt AI earlier than what we are doing now in Mauritius, because now, as you said, Dr. Ravi, AI now is being implemented at master's level, I think. Yeah. So we need to start it at an earlier stage, and then people will get into AI. So what is the future of AI in Mauritius? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what the new government will come up with. And believe me, even the new IT minister, so he's not a magician. He will not be able to do much into this field in the next 5 years. I don't think so, because as you have seen, Mauritius is very far behind, and we are not prepared for this AI thing, right? I don't know what's your opinion on that, Dr. Ravi. Yeah, you have some words to say on the status of AI in Mauritius.
No,
Am I
no,
right?
Um, I am not well aware as well in terms of our preparedness for AI. I think at the stage where we are in Mauritius, currently is hype. Means we are not mature enough to talk about ethics of AI. I think everyone is discovering AI and trying to make the best use of it.
Yes.
The stage at which we are currently is probably starting to think about any problems, like you mentioned, the ethical issues. But
Yeah.
we are not further than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it will be the same. Après la mort, la tisane. Yeah. Yeah. So so AI in 2025. So AI will be revolving around AI automation. So there will be many automations that will be implemented in 2025. So everything and anything will be implemented using AI agents. So in the software development side, as you can see, so you have to start now creating AI agents. So these AI agents will be integrated as automation tools in in companies to re-engineer their business process. So because right now, what will happen? So next year, what will happen? So there will be many AI agents that will be deployed in companies, and many people will lose their job again. Yeah, unfortunately, and many people will also do their job differently. So maybe they will concentrate more on the business side than on the operational side, because the operational side will be taken care by these AI agents. So it's not too late, even though you are far behind in these latest technologies. Why I'm saying this? Because Nowadays, if, for example, we want to implement a voice assistant agent, an AI voice assistant agent in Mauritius, it's very, very, very difficult. Yeah, I have done some research in this direction. For example, Mauritius Telecom is not ready, for example, to give you an online phone number, and you have to go through so many administrative procedures, and it costs around 60 USD per month. Whereas in the US, in maybe in other countries, here it's cost only 3 USD per month. You can get an online phone number to implement an AI voice assistant. Yeah, so this is the situation. So if you want to get into AI, so you have to get into it right now. Otherwise, honestly, I will tell you, you are you are already late, right? So you have to get to know what is prompt engineering. So you have to master prompt engineering, and then you have to understand very well large language models, and of course get into AI automation. There are so many tools now available online, and YouTube videos, YouTube tutorials to get into AI automations and creating AI agents. So this is what are coming next year, and I can say in the next, let's say, 2 to 5 years. And get to know also other large language models, open source models on Hugging Face. So you have plenty of those models. But as I said, unfortunately, if you don't have a robust hardware, a GPU powered hardware, so you will not be able to run even those open source models on your local machine. Okay, so I think that's it from me. Thank you very much for your attention, for your presence this morning. So this is my LinkedIn profile, so you can connect with me if you have any questions in the future. Otherwise, we will take some questions. Maybe Ravi, we have some time. Yeah.
Yes, definitely, Sham. First of all, allow me to thank you for this very interesting lecture. I think it's a bit early for them to put chapter in year one, semester one, but I think it's you said very rightly that it's good to start early. We've discussed mostly the ethics part. I think it's difficult to understand the ethics part before having some basics on AI. Although we have asked them to follow some courses on generative AI from Google. But I think you raised the right questions, provided some elements of answers, and hopefully it helps them to uh, make use of this lecture as they go through their program. So definitely we'll stop the recording here and move to questions time.